Life is precious, my friends. Every moment, every breath, every heartbeat is a gift. And yet, so many of us squander this incredible opportunity we've been given. We sleepwalk through our days, caught up in trivial worries and petty concerns, forgetting the magnificent potential that lies within each of us. But I am here today to wake you up, to remind you of the incredible power you possess, to urge you, with every fiber of my beings, do not waste your life. We all have a choice. Every single day we can choose to live with purpose, with passion, with meaning, or we can choose to let life slip away one mundane moment at a time. The choice is yours, but I implore you, choose wisely. When was the last time you felt truly alive? When did you last experience that rush of excitement, that sense of wonder and possibility that makes your heart sing? If you cannot remember, my friend, it is time for a change. You were not put on this earth to merely pay bills and die. You were not created to be a cog in someone else's machine. You are here to shine, to express your unique gifts, to make a difference in this world. And the world is waiting for you to step up and claim your power. I know what some of you might be thinking, but I am just an ordinary person. I do not have any special talents or abilities. Let me stop you right there. That kind of thinking is the first thing we need to eliminate if we want to live an extraordinary life. The truth is, there are no ordinary people. Every single one of us is a miracle, a once-in-the-universe combination of experiences, thoughts, and potential. You are unique in all of creation. There has never been and will never be another you. And that, my friends, makes you extraordinary by default. But here's the catch. Your uniqueness, your potential, your greatness, it does not mean anything unless you choose to express it. Unless you decide to live it day in and day out. How do we do that? How do we ensure that we're not wasting our precious lives? Well, I've spent decades exploring this question, and I'd like to share with you some of the wisdom I've gathered along the way. First and foremost, we need to change our perspective. We need to start seeing life not as something that happens to us, but as something that happens through us. We are not passive observers in this grand theater of existence. We are the lead actors, the directors, the scriptwriters of our own lives. This shift in perspective is crucial because it puts the power back in our hands. It reminds us that we are not victims of circumstance, but creators of our reality. Every thought we think, every word we speak, every action we take is shaped. So why not shape it into something beautiful? I'm not saying this is always easy. Life can be challenging, and there will be times when you feel overwhelmed, lost, or discouraged. But even in those moments, you have a choice. You can choose to focus on the problems, or you can choose to focus on the solutions. You can choose to dwell on what's wrong, or you can choose to imagine what could be right. Remember, where your attention goes, energy flows. So be mindful of where you are directing your focus. Are you constantly complaining about your job, your relationships, your circumstances, or are you actively seeking ways to improve? Are you waiting for someone else to come along and fix your problems, or are you taking responsibility for your own happiness? These are not idle questions, my friends. They're at the very heart of whether you are living a life of purpose or wasting the precious gift you've been given. Talk about passion. If you want to live a life that truly matters, you need to discover what sets your soul on fire. What makes you lose track of time? What would you do even if you weren't paid for it? These are clues to your life's purpose. Too often, we ignore these inner callings. We push them aside in favor of what society tells us we should do. We choose safe careers over fulfilling ones. We settle for mediocre relationships instead of holding out for true love. We silence our creative urges because we're afraid of what others might think. But let me tell you something. There is no safety in playing it safe. The real danger lies in getting to the end of your life and realizing you never truly lived at all. I challenge you. I connect with your passions. Dust off those old dreams you've tucked away. Give yourself permission to explore, to experiment, to fail, and to try again, because it is in the pursuit of our passions that we find our purpose. Some of you might be thinking, but I have responsibilities. I cannot just drop everything and chase my dreams. And I hear you. We all have obligations and commitments. But here's the thing. Living a purposeful life does not mean abandoning your responsibilities. It means fulfilling them from a place of joy and intention rather than resentment and obligation. It means finding ways to incorporate your passions into your daily life, even in small ways. If you love art but work in an office, can you take a few minutes each day to sketch? If you dream of writing but are busy raising a family, can you jot down ideas during your lunch break? These small acts of alignment can make a world of difference in how you experience your life. Another crucial aspect of not wasting your life is cultivating gratitude. Gratitude is like a magic key that unlocks the beauty and abundance that surrounds us at all times. When we're grateful, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, and in doing so, we open ourselves up to even more goodness. Every morning when you wake up, before you do anything else, think of 3 things you are grateful for. They can be big things like your health or your family, or small things like the warmth of your bed or the smell of fresh coffee. Do this consistently, and you'll be amazed at how it transforms your outlook on life. Gratitude does not just make us feel good. It actually rewires our brains. It makes us more resilient in the face of challenges, more open to opportunities, and more connected to the people around us. In short, it makes us more alive. Talk about fear. Fear is one of the biggest reasons people waste their lives. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. These fears can paralyze us, keeping us stuck in situations that no longer serve us. It is not real. Fear is just false evidence appearing real. It is our imagination projecting negative outcomes into a future that hasn't happened yet. And the beautiful thing is, we can use that same imagination to project positive outcomes instead. The next time you feel afraid to take a step towards your dreams, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? And then ask, what's the best that could happen? You'll often find that the potential rewards far outweigh the risks. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and taking action anyway. Every great achievement in human history was accomplished by someone who felt fear, but chose to act in spite of. You can do the same. Another key to not wasting your life is continuous learning and growth. The moment we stop learning, we start dying. Our brains are like muscles. They need regular exercise to stay strong and flexible. So feed your mind with new ideas, new skills, new experiences. Read books that challenge your assumptions. Have conversations with people who think differently than you. Try activities that push you out of your comfort zone. Travel to places that expand your perspective. The world is full of wonders, and there's always more to discover. But learning is not just about accumulating information. It is about applying what you learn to become a better version of yourself. It is about using your knowledge to solve problems, to create value, to make a difference in the world. Speaking of making a difference, that brings me to another crucial point, is service. If you want to live a life of meaning and fulfillment, you need to look beyond yourself. You need to ask, how can I contribute? How can I use my unique gifts to make the world a little bit better? We're all connected. What affects one of us affects all of us. And when we tap into this sense of interconnectedness, when we start living not just for ourselves, but for the greater good, something magical happens. We find a sense of purpose and fulfillment that no amount of personal achievement can match. I am not saying you need to quit your job and join the Peace Corps, although if that's your calling, by all means, go for it. And service can take many forms. It can be as simple as being kind to a stranger, mentoring a young person, or volunteering at a local charity. The key is to make it a regular part of your life, not just a one-off activity. When you serve others, you'll find that you receive far more than you give. You'll develop deeper empathy, greater compassion, and a broader perspective on life. You'll realize that your problems aren't as big as you thought they were, and you'll experience the joy that comes from knowing you've made a positive difference in someone's life. Talk about relationships. The quality of our lives is directly related to the quality of our relationships. Yet so often, we take our loved ones for granted. We get caught up in the daily grind and forget to nurture the connections that matter most. Do not make this mistake. Invest time and energy in your relationships. Tell the people you love that you love them. Show appreciation for the little things they do. Be fully present when you are with them. Put away your phone, listen deeply, engage wholeheartedly. And it is not just about romantic relationships or family. Cultivate friendships with people who inspire you, who challenge you to be your best self. Surround yourself with positive, supportive individuals who believe in your dreams and encourage you to pursue them. Remember, at the end of our lives, it is not our achievements or possessions that we'll remember most fondly. It is the moments we shared with the people we love, so make those moments count. I want to address something that holds many people back from living fully. The need for perfection. We live in a culture that often equates success with perfection. We're bombarded with images of perfect lives on social media, and it is easy to fall into the trap of thinking we need to have it all figured out before we can start living. Perfection is an illusion. It is a moving target that we can never quite reach. And the pursuit of perfection often leads to procrastination, anxiety, and a fear of taking risks. Instead of striving for perfection, strive for progress. Embrace your imperfections. They're what make you unique. Learn to love the process of growth and improvement rather than fixating on some idealized end result. Remember, life is not about reaching a destination. It is about the journey. It is about who you become along the way. So give yourself permission to be a work in progress. Celebrate your successes, learn from your failures, and keep moving forward. Another crucial aspect of not wasting your life is taking care of your physical and mental health. Your body is the vehicle through which you experience this incredible journey of life. If you neglect it, you are limiting your ability to fully engage with the world around you. Make time for regular exercise. Add nourishing foods. Get enough sleep. Practice stress management techniques like meditation or deep breathing. These aren't luxuries, they're essential investments in your ability to live life to the fullest. And do not forget about your mental health. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, it is easy to get overwhelmed and burned out. Make time for activities that recharge you mentally and emotionally. This could be spending time in nature, practicing a hobby, or simply sitting in quiet reflection. Remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is necessary if you want to have the energy and resilience to pursue your dreams and make a positive impact on the world. Talk about time. Time is the most precious resource we have, and yet it is the one we often waste most carelessly. We fritter away hours on mindless activities, procrastinate on important tasks, and put off our dreams for someday. But here's the hard truth. Someday is not a day of the week. If you want to live a life of purpose and meaning, you need to start now. You need to be intentional about how you spend your time. How much of your day is spent on activities that truly matter to you? How much is spent on autopilot, going through the motions without real engagement or joy? I challenge you to do a time audit. For 1 week, keep track of how you spend every hour of your day. At the end of the week, look at where your time is going. Are you satisfied with how you are spending this precious resource? If not, what changes can you make? Remember, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who do not often comes down to how they choose to use those hours. I want to address something that many of us struggle with: the fear of change. We often stay in situations that no longer serve us, unfulfilling jobs, toxic relationships, limiting beliefs, because change feels scary. The familiar, even if it is uncomfortable, can feel safer than the unknown. Change is the only constant in life. Everything is always changing, whether we like it or not. The question is, are we going to be passive recipients of change or active creators of it? If you want to live a life of purpose and meaning, you need to become comfortable with change. You need to see it not as something to be feared, but as an opportunity for growth and renewal. When you feel stuck or stagnant, ask yourself, What needs to change in my life right now? What old patterns or beliefs am I holding on to that no longer serve me? What new experiences or challenges am I avoiding out of fear? Then take one small step towards change. You do not have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Small, consistent actions can lead to big transformations over time. Remember, every great adventure begins with a single step. Have the courage to take that step, even if you cannot see the entire path ahead. Trust that as you move forward, the way will become clear. Talk about the power of your thoughts. Your thoughts create your reality. This is not just some new age philosophy. It is a fundamental truth about how our brains work. What we focus on expands. What we believe becomes our experience. If you constantly tell yourself that life is hard, that you are not good enough, that your dreams are impossible, guess what? That's the reality you'll create for yourself. But if you choose to focus on possibilities, on your strengths, on the abundance of opportunities around you, you'll start to see a very different world. This does not mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means approaching challenges with a growth mindset. It means looking for solutions instead of dwelling on obstacles. It means choosing empowering thoughts over limiting. Pay attention to your self-talk. When you catch yourself thinking negative thoughts, gently redirect your focus to more positive, constructive ones. This takes practice, but over time, it can completely transform your experience of life. Another key to not wasting your life is living in alignment with your values. Your values are your internal compass, guiding you towards what truly matters to you. When we live in alignment with our values, we experience a sense of authenticity and fulfillment. When we do not, we feel off balance, stressed, and unfulfilled. Take some time to reflect on your core values. What principles are most important to you? Honesty, creativity, family, personal growth. Once you are clear on your values, ask yourself, are my daily actions and decisions in alignment with these values? If not, what changes can you make to bring your life into greater alignment? Remember, every choice you make is either moving you closer to or further away from your authentic self. Choose wisely. I want to address something that holds many people back from living fully: the need for approval from others. We're social creatures, and it is natural to want to be liked and accepted. But when we prioritize others' opinions over our own inner guidance, we can end up living someone else's version of a good life rather than our own. Remember, you are the expert on your own life. You know what brings you joy? What feels meaningful to you? What dreams light you up inside? Do not let anyone else's expectations or judgments dim that inner light. This does not mean disregarding others completely or acting selfishly. It means finding a balance between considering others and honoring your own truth. It means having the courage to be authentically yourself, even if not everyone understands or approves. As the saying goes, those who mind do not matter, and those who matter do not mind. The people who truly love and support you will want you to live your best life, even if it looks different from what they expected. Another crucial aspect of not wasting your life is embracing uncertainty. Many of us crave certainty. We want guarantees. We want to know exactly how things will turn out before we take a risk or make a change. But life does not work that way. The truth is, uncertainty is where the magic happens. It is in the unknown that we find new possibilities, unexpected joys, and opportunities for growth. When we embrace uncertainty, we open ourselves up to a world of potential that we might otherwise miss. Think about it. It's had a great adventure. Every breakthrough discovery, every transformative experience in your life probably came from a moment of uncertainty. If you always stick to what's safe and known, you'll never experience the thrill of new horizons. Instead of fearing uncertainty, learn to dance with it. See it as an exciting part of life's journey. When you face an uncertain situation, ask yourself, what opportunity might be hiding here? What could I learn from this? How might this lead me to something even better than I had planned? Remember, the greatest things in life often come from unexpected places. By embracing uncertainty, you are saying yes to life in all its richness and complexity. Talk about the importance of living in the present moment. So many of us waste our lives either dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. We replay old regrets or anxiously anticipate what might go wrong tomorrow. But in doing so, we miss the only moment we ever really have, right now. The present moment is where life happens. It is where we experience joy, where we connect with others, where we create and grow. When we're fully present, we tap into a wellspring of peace and aliveness that's always available to us. Practice mindfulness in your daily life. When you are eating, really taste your food. When you are walking, feel the ground beneath your feet. When you are talking to someone, give them your full attention. These simple acts of presence can transform ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. Remember, the past is gone, and the future is not here yet. All we have is now. Do not waste it by being mentally elsewhere. The role of forgiveness in not wasting your life. Holding on to grudges, resentments, and past hurts is like carrying around a heavy backpack full of rocks. It weighs you down, saps your energy, and prevents you from moving forward freely. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful actions or staying in toxic situations. It means freeing yourself from the burden of negative emotions. It is a gift you give yourself, not the other person. Practice forgiveness of others and of yourself. We're all imperfect beings, doing our best with what we know at the time. By letting go of past hurts, you free up enormous amounts of mental and emotional energy that you can then channel into creating the life you want. Talk about the power of intention. Many people drift through life without a clear sense of direction. They react to whatever comes their way rather than proactively creating the life they want. But here's the thing, and life responds to intention. When you get clear about what you want and set a strong intention to achieve it, you set powerful forces in motion. You start noticing opportunities you might have missed before. You attract people and resources that can help you on your path. Each morning, set an intention for your day. What do you want to accomplish? How do you want to feel? Who do you want to be? Then, throughout the day, check in with that intention. Let it guide your choices and actions, and do not just set intentions for the small stuff. Set big, audacious intentions for your life. What mark do you want to leave on the world? What legacy do you want to create? When you align your daily actions with these larger intentions, you create a life of purpose and meaning. The importance of creativity in living a full life. Creativity is not just for artists or musicians. It is a fundamental aspect of being human. We all have the capacity to create, to bring something new into the world. When we express our creativity, we tap into a deep wellspring of joy and fulfillment. We connect with our innermost selves and with the world around us in new and exciting ways. Find ways to nurture your creativity, whatever form it takes. Maybe it is cooking, gardening, writing, problem solving at work, or coming up with new games to play with your kids. The form does not matter. What matters is that you are expressing your unique perspective and bringing something new into the world. Remember, creativity is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So make time for creative pursuits in your life, even if it is just for a few minutes each day. Now, let's talk about the power of commitment. In our culture of instant gratification, we often give up too easily when things get tough. We jump from one thing to another, never fully seeing anything through to completion. But is the truth? Anything worthwhile takes time and effort. Whether it is building a successful career, nurturing a loving relationship, or mastering a new skill, real achievement requires commitment. When you commit to something, really commit with all your heart, you tap into reserves of strength and perseverance you didn't know you had. You push through obstacles that would have stopped you before. You grow in ways you never imagined. Choose your commitments wisely, but once you've chosen, give them your all. Do not waste your life half-heartedly pursuing 100 different things. Choose what really matters to you and commit to it fully. The importance of self-reflection in living a meaningful life. In our busy world, it is easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life without ever pausing to check in with ourselves. Let me leave you with this final thought, my friends. Life is not a dress rehearsal. This is it. Your one precious, irreplaceable life. Every moment that passes is a moment you'll never get back. So I implore you with every fiber of my being, do not waste it. Do not squander your days in mindless pursuits or soul-crushing compromises. Do not let fear hold you back from greatness. Do not let society's expectations dim your light. You have within you the power to create a life of extraordinary meaning, joy, and impact. The world needs your unique gifts, your passion, your love. So step into your power. Embrace your purpose. Live with intention, with courage, because when you truly live, when you pour yourself fully into this grand adventure called life, you not only transform your own existence, but you light the way for others. You become a beacon of hope, a living testament to what's possible when we dare to live fully. So go forth, my friends, live boldly, love deeply, serve generously, make your life a masterpiece. Because in the end, that's what not wasting your life is all about. It is about looking back on a life well lived, a life that mattered, a life that made a difference. And that possibility is available to you right now in this very moment. The choice is yours. What will you do with this precious gift called life?